sold so bad.
Hey, hey, welcome back, everyone. New video. Oh my god, I made a video. It's been ages since I made a video. It's also been a hot minute since I didn't have an upgrade to the build. I haven't changed anything about the gear, I don't think, since yesterday. Oh, actually, no, that's not right. I twisted around a few things. Right. I forgot. Yeah, I'm pathing down here. I got rid of the Thread of Hope. It's an upgrade in the sense it's like a better loot choice, but not an upgrade in like investment cost, really. Yeah, anyway, video is out talking about how good the build is. Very refined. I'm liking it a lot. Really liking it. I mean, liking it like progressively more and more. It's really awesome. Maybe not the best time, you know, to be coming out with new build content in PoE 1. I guess nobody really cares right now, but you know, I don't really care about the timing. Felt like I had extra time on my hands because nobody's excited to actually play the game. Might as well just go all mad scientist on the creative side. I'm gonna do some more of my favorite strat today. Let's see if we can improve from yesterday. Yesterday I only made 41 divines an hour. It's bad. I think I can do better. Because we fast. We fast. Should be able to do the map in a minute flat. If I'm not killing the boss. Holy shit, he says. Welcome to the party. I'm basically playing Flicker Strike without playing Flicker Strike. Wondering what the hell you're looking at. Accuracy stacking Deadeye with Static Strike, Gathering Lightning. Seven embers on. Oh, I had currency dupes, maybe? Maybe I had two separate copies of that same drop. I gotta just rarely ever get hit. We'll die that way then. I just regex them back in. I just put them back into my regex. And now I gotta play with drowning orbs again. still haven't dropped that unique belt. I want to see that belt drop once in my life. Sapped? How did I get sapped? Is that boss naturally sap? Get out of here. Now this is zooming. Finally zooming. I love how I never get a single attack off. Is this better than a Twister build? Bro, that's an impossible question to answer. It's a different game. I think I'm a little more wedded to the Twister archetype in PoE 2 than I am this in PoE 1. This is like brand new for me. I don't normally play this kind of build. Most people don't play this kind of build. It requires a pretty big investment to reach this kind of gameplay pace. PoE's updated, yeah. My amulet is Volatile Veld. You have to open it up on PoB in the actual program. The site doesn't do a very good job. Yeah, it just shows different numbers. It doesn't seem to matter which site I use either. Pandemonium Scarab. Let's go. Scarab map, apparently. I don't even look at the reward topic, just click the boss option usually. Just drop whatever he drops. I can run so many more map mods on this character than I could the bow build too. Without it giving me much problem. Ooh. First pack mob is always the scariest. Puzzle box from the Beyond boss. Really? Such easy currency, dude. Let's see if I can spawn the boss up there. Should be the timing I try to get up here every time. Oh my god, and I spawn the boss right here. That's so sick. This is like the perfect map. Timing and everything. Holy. Dude, if I could somehow make the bosses spawn in the boss room, that'd be insane. Ethical. It's kind of fun, like, actually getting used to this playstyle. It takes a little bit of getting used to. It really pays to have a good ping for this, obviously. I don't think it's worth it. I wish it felt like it was worth doing the Wildwood, even after the buff, but not for a strat like this. Holy timeless 90 div. Wait, which one? The one I posted? Dude, don't even worry about it. I've changed the timeless. I've changed my timeless jewel like 3 times a day. On average or something. I might stick with this one, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if I go back to something else. It is a good one, but there are like 6 good ones or something. Depends on, especially if you want block on there or not. Oh, I just dropped so much damn loot. I forgot to even get my delirium rewards. I think I get even more loot. Crazy. You're actually getting that much loot in that short a time. That's nutty, dude. Like, I could drop literally nothing. I could drop 0 raw loot. I would still make a crazy amount of currency on this strat. I guess that's why it's such a good strat. Doesn't rely on the bad raw loot situation. Okay, I clicked this already. I clicked that shrine so many times. So many times I clicked that shrine. The freaking resistance shrine. If you just let me have it, I wouldn't die. I don't know why the fuck. That'll never not be tilting. Dying because you somehow failed to get a shrine buff, like after 20 clicks or something like that. It's easier now than it used to be, too. Onyx Amulet before the drops. How come every time I look at my Trinity, it looks like it wasn't up? Should have amazing Trinity uptime right now.
Something while you were gone.
Nasty damage. That's not even the best part. The best part's mobility. Due to the attack speed. My run speed's only like 100% increase. Like, very good. You're gonna run in a straight line because it's like the only thing that slows me down is corners, so I might as well just run straight down the freaking aisleway. Yep, checks out. Like zip. You just got a divine altar mid-map for only one divine. So you need to juice your maps up a bit. You had no pack size. Well, might actually got one shot there. I'm gonna die before the stun. That's actually pretty rare. Although I think it's... yeah, it's... he's taking damage over time. He's probably died from that more than anything. Lesser Massive Shrine yesterday. Lesser Massive Shrine. So you weren't juicing the map up. Dang, that mob was rich. The Beyond bosses taking the chain damage on top of the single time. That's so nutty. Finally had a bad map.
I've got some wealth for you.
25 minutes, do 20 maps. Yeah, I can't quite do 20 in 20 minutes. Not with a hideout time and depositing loot and stuff. Oh. Is this build better than armor stacking? I'd love to answer that question for you, but I don't know, because I've never done an armor stacker, and I don't even... I have no experience even researching them. I know, like, replica Alberons is a big thing. I suspect that the new helmet that came out this league was more beneficial to accuracy stackers than anybody, though. Because of the stat weightings and how that helmet works. I mean, almost has to be the case. Like, that new helmet's not anything special for attribute stackers, but it's an insane amount of accuracy. 4,080 flat accuracy on one item. Dude, I so want to get a double accuracy ring and then corrupt +1 max frenzy on it, dude. They would like 2.5x my total damage right now. We go from like 1 billion to 2.5 billion DPS with that one change, that just changing one item out. How insane. Uh-oh. The big no-no. Yeah, you would spawn the bosses. I got negative resistances. Nice. Oh my god, I dodged the meteor. That meteor would 100% one-shot me. Well, it seems like he only talked to Twitch. Dude, what are you talking about? Literally, the last thing you said is this better than a Twister build? And I said, I made like 30 seconds worth of comments about that random comment you said. What? I see both chats, for the record. Unless you're like typing stuff that's getting auto-modded or something. That hit me? Wow. What the hell? Definitely thought I was between lasers. Got clipped by it and failed the spell dodge roll and failed the spell block roll. Pretty wild. I have no clue what killed me there. Still hunting that belt drop. You know, I'm probably getting hit by the laser because I've stolen Gore's size buff. I'm like too big. body clipping from the the Beyond Boss powers. They're too fun not to take, though. And they're really powerful. One of them's a huge action speed buff. How many divs for this build? I got about maybe 3 or 4 mirrors invested into it. I think you can definitely do it for less. You can probably do it for as little as 2 mirrors and get, like, you could probably get 80% of the power that I have here with about 2 mirrors worth. Like half budget. I got a lot of like literal perfect gear and volatile valve gear and pretty expensive rings. Actually, you won't have 80% power. You'd have like 60% of the power if you had like weaker rings. Those do kind of matter. It's so insane to think that you could have like 2 or 3x the damage that I have if you had like absolute bis gear. Grand embers at the end. Hero dropping.
Sold something while you were gone.
Add a Grand Ember. Eldritch Altar reward. Deadeye actually does run faster than Warden. Not that I care that much about running, but it matters a little bit. Dude, I wish I could... Sometimes I can jump over that, but sometimes I can't. It's taken me a long time to get disciplined enough to not worry about spawning the bosses. Like, it's absolutely not worth chasing them down. I have to, it's so cool that the build is so fast that I get a little bit of extra clear than if I were just rushing the boss, because see, like, I can't rush the boss. I have to actually like backtrack and like wind around the center like this, because I have to let the mirror move forward a little bit, or else I will beat it there, and that's not good. Like, the mirror's still not even in the boss room yet. It's probably approaching it right about now. to drop cloth belts, bro. Dude, imagine if you had unique dupes, spawn that boss, and you drop the belt. Automod won't send my message. Okay. The only thing that's weird that's been getting auto-modded that shouldn't is like the phrase T17. So if you type T17, I don't know, it has some stupid auto-mod thing like you're talking about underage girls or some shit. Summary, good content man, only good content creator in PoE. You think so? The only good one? It's a hell of a statement, man. Only good one. Sad to see you do easy strat with such a good build. It's only easy strat if you make it easy. You know, Mario 64 is an easy game, right? But some people like world record class rush it and stuff. I think of myself as, you know, not that level, but something to the same effect. I make it more interesting by trying to go as fast as possible and not dying. I got my manual, my not cast on crit portal out though, so it's okay. 8 cloister scare, dude, that's so much currency. But you know, it's for people who feel that way, that the content's too easy. That's why I posted a little footage of myself doing Damnation Farm, and did a little bit yesterday too. And I had a well, it's good that I did that because it made me realize, oh my god, I need to get shock immune. This is stupid. You know, can't even run blue altars ever. 100% shock effect on myself. I'm gonna outrun the mirror on this one. See? Yeah, my super easy content dropped a Mirror of Calandra. I mean, how many people dropped a Mirror of Calandra this league? I mean, sometimes just playing the game is all you gotta do. I'm thinking about doing the Damnation Farm for real on this build, though. If I do it, though, like, for the record, I'm gonna have to do, like... I'm gonna have to do, what, like 500 maps minimum? I like how even without cold damage, porcupines are not a threat. 500 is a nice round number. Not as round as 1,000. Sorry, I was acting like chatter there. I think Sanctuary is better. Why? I thought about doing Abomination, but Sanctuary? I think you got 2 bad fragments, doesn't it? Aren't 2 of the fragments like not worth anything? Dose says, glad you still enjoy the game. Too many people are negative. True. Many negative Andys. Don't know how to have fun in a video game. Feels bad, man. L to have fun in video game. Sometimes you gotta will the fun. Get the things outside the box. 45, 60 div an hour. What was your big thing that you were farming or dropping? I'm having much fun looking for my third 1 passive voice. Dang. Did they buff the drop rate of it or something? I noticed it was cheaper than normal this league. You know that thing has a history of being worth like 2 div minimum, right? I could probably move around Sanctuary easier than on this map, to be fair. And I would utterly annihilate the boss in this build. Invulnerable minions. Invulnerable minions. Usually it wouldn't matter. I somehow didn't attack the lead guy, though. Wait, maybe if you attack an invulnerable minion, it doesn't send out the beam. Maybe that's what happens. If you want to torture yourself for 1,000 maps, go right ahead. I don't think so. Isn't a GameCon coming? When is Gamescom anyway? We're probably going to be back on the PoE 2 train here before too long, actually. But dude, I got a fun league starter for next time. Holy. I am actually super excited about the league starter version of this build. If it's good. If it's as good as I hope it is. 26th. It's gonna be at least like 3 weeks away from then. Baldo farming build? I have no interest in Baldo maps. No. I mean, maybe it is, if you like Baldos. I hate those kind of maps. I don't think having a good build for it would make me feel better about it. Why? I forgot to mention the fact that we have Fortify. Now, well, I did talk about Fortify, but like as far as a defensive layer, Fortify plus Windward is, not terrible for damage mitigation. That combo. It's just too bad I don't have more life. Could possibly go an ES version. Do like get cluster for it for the leech. How much ES can the necrotic body armor grant with just 2 prefix modifiers? Can it grant like 3,000? The answer is no, right? ES 700? I mean, 700 is... Ew. I'm stuck with these items, can't change them at all. What do you think? Like, I could remake the body armor with that. I think I would have like 90% of aid chance instead of 95. So 700 ES, that might be worth. One of the big problems is that I would lose the super strong cluster though. Well, how do people usually get the leech? Do they do it with the cluster mod? I mean, I assume at best case scenario, you can treat it as just straight up life on top of what you have. But like, I don't have any global defense mods. Like, I don't have any percent increase energy shield. I'm not going to be getting any energy shield stuff. I mean, I could go up here and grab this, maybe. I wouldn't be able to, like, get any percent increase energy shields. Maybe it's alright, just for The rune graft? Oh, what is the rune graft? The helmet? I have to use the exact helmet, boots, and stuff that I'm using. I can't change any of that stuff. I can maybe change like a jewel. Oh, 40% increased defense is less active. Oh, that is good. Yeah. No, that is good because I'm using Supreme Ostentation. That's just pure upside. All right. Huh. Maybe. I would probably just... But you know, to get that, I'm gonna have to like drop a life wheel to get that. It's kind of funny. Definitely worth considering. So. But like, is the leech always a lightning cluster? I think I can make up for the loss of block. I mean, I definitely can because I have a block ring. So I got like access to 24% block attack damage that most people wouldn't. Actually, with the Energy Shield Life Hybrid, do you get stunned less if some of the damage is coming from Energy Shield? That might be like the deal breaker for me. If I could save all that accuracy. Like if I take 1,000, if I lose 1,000, okay, let's have 1,000 energy shield and 3,000 life. If I lose if I get hit for 2,000 damage, or let's say I get hit for 1,500 damage, that'd probably be more accurate. 1,500 damage. If I have 1,000 energy shield, only 500 life is getting lost. Does that protect me from the stun versus like if I take 1,000 damage instantly from the life pool, which will stun me? Oh my god. I got stunned there. Might have died anyway, but... That was rough. Avoid the stun no matter if the hit is bigger than your ES. Energy shield gives you a chance to avoid stun. I need to look into all that again. I mean, I'm like out of it on that whole thing. I do have some ES right now. Maybe that's why I don't get stunned very often. I wouldn't even need or want to run Ghost Dance. Actually, I don't have ES very often. Here. Especially if I use the flask.
Approach, John.
So if even a tiny part of the damage is mitigated by Energy Shield, that in and of itself grants you a chance to avoid a stun. That's just like a specific mechanic about Energy Shield, right? Because I vaguely remember something about that. Okay. Thanks for looking that up. Now the next question is, if I have an innate 50% chance to avoid a stun, does that grant me a 100% chance to avoid a stun under that same parameter? No. Okay, so that would encourage that would truly encourage zero investment into stun avoidance, or maybe it's like layered. It would be yeah, it would make more sense to invest nothing into stun avoidance as a baseline, because you obviously less incentivized to go 100% stun avoidance on all your tattoos if you're getting a 50% chance on a hit like that. And then so like a build that rarely gets hit anyway is always going to have Energy Shield, and is leeching Energy Shield is always going to have Energy Shield before it gets hit, meaning I'll always have a 50% chance to avoid a stun when I'm rarely getting hit anyway. I can, you know, I can foresee a decent chance of me not caring too much about stun immunity. I'm racking my brain around this a lot because just default tattoos for dexterity are worth a freaking ton on this build because they grant 5% global accuracy. How often do you even get stunned? More often than you might think. Virtually any time I die, it was at least, I'd say, like, okay, so you see I'm dying like, I don't know, once every 3 maps or something? 4 maps, maybe? Virtually 0 deaths are one-shots, which means, or actual one-shots, which means, most deaths are at least indirectly caused by a stun. So, like, you get stunned, and then you're stuck for a split second, and you get hit a second time in, like, 200 milliseconds, and, like, I would have kept moving. Like, I'm, like, holding down, like, the speed at which I'm going. A monster might hit me. I just keep going, and, you know, I already played this build without stun avoid, or with stun avoidance. It dramatically increased my survivability. Dramatically. But it does annoy the shit out of me, like, just losing all that accuracy. I'd really like a workaround for that, if possible. I'm prepared, worst case scenario, to blow off, you know, 50% global accuracy just to get 100% stun avoidance. I really don't want to do that. It already feels a little bit bad because you're such an evasive build anyway. I think I will probably do that. I'll probably at least, I mean, I can just craft the chest. The body armor is not that hard to make. I can just craft it and try it out and see how I feel about it. I can at least put it in POB. I'll probably like it. I probably will. The biggest concern of mine is how to make up for the loss of 6% attack block off of the other dual wield cluster, because I gotta shift into light unless there's another way I can leech life. But I think the lightning large cluster is the only way I'm gonna do it. 'Cause I don't really have a, I don't have room for a Megalomaniac, I don't think. I was gonna go down to that Merc, but no direct path. It's really cool though, like every day something new. I mean, it was a huge epiphany for me that I could actually drop this thing. I was so happy to get the Blue Dream back in that I could drop the, and then it didn't even like occur to me at the time, but if I was able to drop the Thread of Hope, that means I was able to drop these 2 points because it was still barely over cap res without losing the 10 all res. I was able to get 2 passive points back on top of all the, you know, other passive points, which was enough to allow me to path over and get, you know, shock immunity after seeing, you know, the horrific scene of me being 100% shocked full time on Blue Ultimate. Because initially I was running that and I was like, well, nobody else is running shock immunity, I guess I can just not deal, just kind of say F it, you know. Bad idea. And I can't do like, I can't just do like Pantheon plus reduced shock effect, or I would have to get 100% reduced. Because even though I had like 99% reduced shock effect, I would still probably perma 100 shock myself. Or I guess not 99, maybe what I need, I guess I need like 95% reduced. I'm not really sure how the math works on that actually. How much shock effect reduction do you need to prevent your reflecting Oath of Spring shocks on yourself specifically? Oath of Spring is mandated 5% shock effect, rounded down to 2. You still need to hit 5%, but like if I'm hitting for like 1 billion damage, doesn't it like not matter then? Even 1% gets through. Gonna meet the threshold. I'm not doing 1 billion damage, I'm doing 4 million damage per hit. Max. Ethical Diviner. Nice. Hilarious. It's the last monster in the movie. It wasn't even killing the boss that spawned them. It was something else. Five locks, 2 fishing rods, 2 mage bloods, 150 maps. Congrats, dude. I'm sure you want to tell us all about that strat. But have you dropped a mirror? You dropped a mirror though. Rarity OP. Only in PoE 2, I thought. People trash on Rarity so hard on this game. dropped 1 in 7 years. A different guy. Okay. Yo, Mandel, what's up, dude? Thanks for the shout out. Went around trying to change it now until your video. That's just had a transfigured gem. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think. Okay, so I think Static Shock, basically, if I'm not mistaken, Static Shock of Gathering Lightning is a lot like the transfigured Lightning Strike gem. It just has like a different functionality, a little bit. Or, well, similar chaining functionality, but different, like, scaling. It's so much easier to scale. It's just, like, automatically scales. With attack speed. And who doesn't want more attack speed? And you don't need, like, you don't actually need accuracy stacking levels of attack speed, by the way. The more the merrier, but, like, it's not. Single target especially, I could only have like 10% of the attack speed I have, and it would be enough to sustain. But yeah, in the context of like mapping accuracy stacker, like it's pretty wild. It's actually even better on really hard content where monsters are tanky, because then I can actually land a few hits and keep a few stacks and keep the AoE, big AoE alive. If monsters just die in one hit, then I can't even like stack it up properly. How is your build competitive for Legion farming? I've never even done Legion on this build yet, but I would imagine it's pretty good. I don't think it's something like Legion, Ethereal Knives, or even like a bow, or like Lightning Arrow. Something would be better, I would think. But it should be very high performing still. It has to be still pretty good. The number one thing about this build is the mobility. So for like Legion, you need decent mobility, but like your actual AoE clear is more important than your mobility for Legion farm. It was fun making that video. I bet that was totally out of left field for a lot of people who aren't like watchers of the stream. But then like, oh, Snoo made another video finally. Well, I wonder what it's about. What? New build? What? Melee? Wait, what? Accuracy stacker? What? Mid-league? It's just like multi-layered out of left field for me. About the only anticipated thing about that video is the fact that it is off meta. Because of course it is. I only do off meta. Imagine you somehow had this build on day 2 of the league. Ooh. You pretty much have to RMT to have this build on day 2, though. Alright, I think I got stunned by the Delirium Swirl. And then stayed in that thing. Oh my god. Or no, I was probably stunned by the tornado, actually. Yeah. One super underrated thing about this is just the automatic Assassin's Mark. Because normally I'd be attacking so fast, Assassin's Mark would not have time to be on, especially with like a Mark on hit setup. Or even like a cast on crit setup. Mana Forge cast on crit like Bobo. But this Mark is just instantaneous. Doesn't matter what the cooldown situation is. It's just mandated through the glove mod. Marks an enemy that's not already marked. If they're all rare and unique enemies, automatically marked. One hit. Instant. The Eldritch Altars already. Keeps spawning Bismuth. Oh no, I have no tincture up. What do I got? Like, what was that? Phantasmal minions following me? Must have been a ghosted buff from this thing.
Hello. Go with courage.
I'm pretty well settled on regular Leap Slam. Not the transfigured one. And like entirely due to the mana cost difference.
mind to buy it eventually.
I can't believe this Ventor is all the way down to 180. If rarity's so good, why is this thing not selling? Might be the best Ventors on the entire server. I get that it's a little out of style, but Omega World Ventors are never not really valuable. Hey guys, want to see what happens when I fight a merc? Too bad, it's already over. Double frenzy ring? Oh, you mean like frenzy corrupt? Could have max 4 frenzy across on one, essentially given from one ring through Calandra's touch. I will likely throw a few Henicore locks or something, but I don't feel like it's really worth doing that unless it's like a really good ring. SSOGS. Today my headphones are sick of you writing chat instead of using your microphone. Thanks in advance. Like maybe once.
You'll see. I choose as you will.
I suppose. Any thoughts or advice on how you continue to enjoy the league after most people quit? Do you have a new build in the pipe, etc.? Do you simply enjoy the game that much? Well, Carlton, I mean, I'm guessing you didn't see my latest YouTube video, but yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, we got divination rewards. You got to do the whole map here. Yeah, so I talked about this in my latest video, how when a league is considered kind of a bad league, poverty league, just not a fun league, I'll get my kicks out of focusing harder on build creation. And you know, that'll pay dividends in the following leagues too. Yeah, the skills this skill might be the strongest skill mathematically speaking, like a melee skill. Is there any melee skill that is stronger than this one just based on the math alone? The 13 stacks, 8% more multiplier times 13. What the fuck? Maybe double hitting skills or something, but. Random brews, nice. I don't know when I'd hit that. I should at least full clear a map like this until I spawn the bosses, at the very least. If I'm gonna have Grand Embers as a drop, and the bosses still in the open, waiting to spawn. Speak of the devil. Great build, sadly too hard for a noob like me with a low budget. Yeah, that's why I already built a League starter version of it. Gotta check it out, man. Although I cannot confirm or deny the strength of the League starter version. It's like the most badass looking build ever, though. This version, this endgame version, is super boring compared to the League Star version. I really want to test it. There's a loadout for that if you guys want to see it. Or if you want to build it.
Waits with open arm. The Traken code.
I was gonna say I can jump that distance, right? No, that right there is the deal breaker. I have to use a regular leap slam gem because I would not be able to make that jump without it. High shot penetration. No, I've already made a hypothetical League Start version of an accuracy stacking static strike of Gathering Lightning Warden with tinctures. Like this build as a League Starter variant, which is like really off the cuff because, you know, accuracy stacking and League Start, those are not two words you're supposed to hear in the same sentence. But, you know, I threw it up in Path of Building, saw what I could do on a lower budget, and the numbers checked out all right. Now on a budget even lower than that, probably can't be accuracy stacking really, but... So I mean, you'd obviously level in the campaign as something, you know, something else. I don't know what you would... I actually don't know what I would level at. I mean, personally, I would just level as Poison's Concoction Pathfinder, probably. Because I know that build. I know how good it is. Or, you know, maybe I level as Lightning Arrow. Holy no gems. Yeah, that's where the power comes from. No gems. Your build does insane DPS and then con path of Enduring Jug. I'm not familiar with that. You said it's slam skill, huh? I got Grasping. I love how Grasping Vines don't care. I got Grasping Vine. Don't know. Oh, the boss is possessed. Don't know. Don't matter. And just jump it. I've pet peeve about Leap Slam. I'd like to see you hold down the button for smashing at that speed. Yeah, you don't want to hold it down. Our attack is too fast. This ain't holding it down. Actually, what the fuck? That actually works really well. What the hell? Okay. I can just... Oh, I can't do a real attack or I run out of mana. Yeah, that was a little bit better than I bargained for. That was like disturbingly good.
You sure you want to do this? Clock's ticking. One shot, that's all I need.
Hey, let's do a little test. A little test, guys. I mean, if I just want a pure boss rush, I could. I might have to drop Delirium. Yo, imagine I do this. I could do this on Abomination, like pure boss rush. Okay. I think it's better to do this though. This is just a lot of clicking, and like I just rotate between right click and well, it's key 4 on my keyboard is what I use. I mean, you're better off killing along the way, you know. All the things you would not be dropping. Now, if I somehow was killing everything with that Leap Slam, that'd be insane. Divination, scared of Cloister. With like 25C now. Stunned there. Nice. Nice timing, you guys. Sure, I'm spawning the Wildwood a lot. I can't tell if I'm getting unlucky or not with the fragment drops. I think I might be. Delimure. That was so fast, but still too slow. I love getting free deli orbs for doing like nothing. Well, I suppose I'm doing something. I'm stalling to rush the boss because I'm waiting on the damn deli. But it just means I clear more. I'm more likely to spawn the bosses, which is not so bad. These kind of go hand in hand. This was never the case on Ice Shot. It's not like I would have extra time to clear stuff. Well, I guess if I tried to just straight up rush the boss on Ice Shot, I would have beat the mirror there, but... How are things? They're good. I'm apparently enjoying this league more than most people. Yeah, I'm blasting, dude. It's always fun playing a new build. Attack cap is a thing, so cutting damage. No, Path of Building already takes that into account. Multi-strike overrides that. Which league did I not enjoy? I always, to a certain extent, enjoy every league, but I think there is categorically one league that stands out as probably my least favorite league, and that would be the 2 leagues ago, the one that launched the new Battleborn Breach rework. That was the one where I played exclusively a Cast on Crit Detonate Dead Poison Assassin. And I'm totally satisfied with that build. I'm happy I ran it, but it was a combination of it was a different build. Speed was not the thing on that build. It was more about being tanky and just doing absurd amounts of damage. Granted, like double delayed damage. It just doesn't really fit my style all that much about what I want out of a build. But I'm glad I did it. But for whatever reason, I didn't try to experiment with a different build on that league. And I just quit like 3 weeks into the league, basically. Or not 3 weeks, I guess 4 weeks into the league. Hey Meg, just saw your video on the build. Can I do it without 700 div rings? Of course you can. I did. I did it without the rings. Making a build. Your DPS is like half as much as it is with the rings. Like if you have the same rings but no +1 max frenzy, you do about half as much damage on the build. Maybe like 55-60% of the damage. Which is, you know, still a lot of fucking damage. Not that bad. They give you something to look forward to. Then you can corrupt implicit your rings for +2 frenzy charges. And then double it up with Calandra's Touch. Ooh. That's so freaking cool. This like completely gets around the burden of losing synth items. Because this build doesn't want any synth items at all. There's not a single synth item that you would use on this build. If there was, it'd be like a body armor or a belt, maybe.
Think your God's watching? Choose.
I don't think accuracy stacking really lends itself to synth items. I mean, are there any like synth accuracy scaling things? I don't think so. How would you level it? I mean, I don't know. We're not talking real league starter here. I did create a league start variant, which is kind of different. Very much experimental. That's still not really a leveling version. I mentioned a second ago, I'll probably just level as Lightning Arrow, Deadeye, or Peacock, Pathfinder, or something. If you don't have a Ranger already. You don't have a Ranger? I thought everybody rolls Ranger. Isn't Ranger the best class in the game? Got stunned. Yeah, I bet you, like, imagine I have that extra ES, take the stun, and I don't get stunned there. Hurry up! Deli! Alright! Get in here! Get in. There we go, real drops. That's what I'm talking about. More of that, please. 25 maps left. Maybe I'll do the same thing, but on, what, Sanctuary, I guess? Haven't ran Sanctuary in ages. value. You guys like that Uber Exarch kill? It's so funny seeing how like instantly the 100, like how fast 100 shock effect goes on that boss is crazy. It's like way faster than tornado shot even. Oh wow, finally got a real yoke. Holy shit. The top end res rolls worth 2 divines.
What do we
I'm just
ship?
gonna put that in here now before I forget.
I'll let you know.
Finally, I dropped a very well rolled yoke. Not perfect, but very good. No. Nino Swab, what's up, dude? 2 totally separate questions there. Or not really a question, but thanks for the shout out for the build. It is a pretty sick build. As far as not getting bored with the strat, I don't know what it is about this strat. I just like it. It's very comfy strat for me. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me dead running Harvest. Oh my god. I wouldn't want to run that once. No. No. Pure joy. $60k juice from one map one time. How many divine orbs was that at the time? Shit, I turned down grand minion options. Drowning orb actually screwed me over.
Sold something while you were gone.
This is really nice to stand on this ground, and like Warden takes so much more damage than this. In this situation, it's so annoying. 40% less damage taken from Windward. Includes ground or damage over degen things. It's so good. I've always been a big fan of Windward on Deadeye, but like, you know, like, it really only massively excels when you have a crazy fast attacking build with extremely high avoidance. And that, like, well, I mean, shit, I've never even seen something as powerful as this sort of setup to that end. I don't know of a single build that would take more advantage from Windward than this build. I mean, this, or, you know, any kind of like 100k plus accuracy stack, flicker strike, anything. Like, that's just crazy how strong Windward is. That's like a real, super reliable, insane defensive ascendancy layer. Like one of the best in the game. I mean, Windward must be one of the very best defensive ascendancy points in the whole game if you assume that it's on. Like 100% of the time, which... That was weird. I wasn't able to do right damage against that guy. Was my... I think my, my minion was screwing me over there. Imagine next league comes out with another crazy accuracy stacking tech like this league. If you guys are kind of like, why is this build comes out of left field? Part of the power is this helmet. This is brand new, this league, where we were able to make this. And then Foulborn, Dream Feathers sort of made Juggernaut kind of obsolete because it replaced the need for accuracy attack speed scaling. So that leaves the Deadeye with its relatively new ability, Ascendancy Point. What's DPS? I probably have about 800 to 900 mil on this one. Actual. Even the PoE Ninja profile says around 500 mil. But that of course doesn't include everything. If I have perfect gear, not including double accuracy rolled and or double frenzy rolled rings, if I have basically perfect gear, otherwise it's over $1 billion. Those items would be wildly hard to get though. Double accuracy rings are on trade. There's 2 of them for 8 mirrors each right now. Which, I mean, that's like an unnecessarily high amount of currency to pay for those. But, you know, somebody's gonna have to, somebody, maybe me, is gonna have to do a massive precursor ring turning gambit. I guess.
Sold something while you were gone?
That'd be fun. Bad. It's absolutely nuts to me that I'm invasion capped without any bark skin tech. And without even blinding enemies, I'm invasion capped. So if I got a different precursor, I would lose a fair bit of evasion now. Which is the goal. So guys, what ways are there to leech energy shield? There's Megalomaniac. There's large lightning cluster. Mod. Whoa, is there anything else? As attack damage, pure attack damage. Energy shield leech. I think there used to be like synth mods, but now they don't exist. Oh, Flicker Strike instead of Static Strike. Be using a different body armor then. I don't know. I'll probably try it at some point. Because that is a lot more meta for this kind of thing. I know it doesn't do as much damage though. I mean, or at least like, according to Path of Building, it does only about half as much damage. If that. So what's the real advantage there? Just the automatic movement? You also kind of need to have an explode with that, or you need to have splash, which is okay. I mean, I could... I can go like, what is splash damage or whatever? Some people have like, isn't it like splash plus Herald of Ash? Actually, do you need melee strike? Is Flicker Strike? Flicker Strike is a strike skill, right? So do you need this mastery for that? Do you actually need this? You had your first mirror drop while farming Damnations with the Wildwood. Wildwood plus Damnation. Oh, shit. Sick, dude. Congrats. How many Damnation cards have you dropped? 0. Considered adding mercs to this strat? No, because I don't really want to, like... I know it's, like, overly popular, and I don't really want to, like, learn that. Only one. You mean 2, right? Because you duped it? You did run a Pilfering Scarab, right? Right? Okay. Okay. Holding out. It's assumed. I've dropped 2.
Approach, chum.
What if I don't want to approach? The boss looked on me again. Saw you mirror drop bid, that was hilarious. Dude, I know. I wonder just how, like, I must have been so effing lucky that dropped there. I mean, that was like that was basically a newbie mirror drop. Like, you know, where noobs say, oh my god, I got my first mirror drop, I dropped from the Alcan Go map, holy shit. It's almost like that. I wasn't remotely target farming that. I might have had a % more currency roll on the map. Maybe. I don't know. No wisps involved at all. No league mechanic. Man.
Oh, check in with me when you have a moment.
Nice. Tainted Exalt. Should be a tink, honestly. I love the streamer avoiding the puddle, gets a mirror before he knows what it is, gets scammed off him like a year later, gets one playing the game casually every now and then. Who are you talking about? What is that? My Beyond boss dropping shit. But my map boss dropped a big good. Any big upgrades you're saving for? Oh, dude, like this build can go all the way. We talked about rolling. I'm gonna experiment with a energy shield evasion hybrid body armor. I'm gonna go a little bit under evasion capped, but I'm gonna try to get like ES leech, like 1,000 energy shield on the build without really losing any life. I think we could go a long way. So I'll need to craft a new cluster, and I gotta do something else. I'm not exactly sure, but I may settle for like being slightly under spell block cap. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna lose some block though. Oh, I'm gonna lose some spell suppression too. Oh god. I didn't think about that. Ay. Spell suppress. Might be worth it still. God, that cluster's so freaking good, dude. You can block and spell suppress. And tons of damage, accuracy. Try and make a version of this using a Merc. They're so broken. You mean what? Like on a Luminary? Or you mean like the Merc is accuracy stacking? So this is what feels like that energy shield. Oh my god. Well, they're not gonna have access to like the super OP ascendancy stuff, and I don't know, man. I guess it's mostly the gear, not the passive tree, though. It's a lot to do with the gems. Wow, the boss finally got an attack off. Oh my god. He did it. He got me. On the literally the 100th map. MC says, High School wasn't drawn to this league, so I decided to give it a skip. If you were on standard right now, what farm would you do? I don't know. I wouldn't want to farm on standard. I don't know. Is the Damnation card farming any good there? pilfering boxes? Nah, I don't know. I mean, you would do legacy stuff, right? Wildwood fishing, I guess. Okay, 100 maps done. Let's just see how much was gained.
What are we shipping today?
All right, so the maps were about 65C each, counting scarabs. They've gone up a little bit in cost. Times 100 divided by 200 equal. Wait, what? 5 times 100 divided by 200. Yeah, okay. 32 divine orbs. Kind of a lot. How much is in the stash? God, low turnout again. Okay. Yo, notice I went from 118 to 140. That was literally like, I feel like this pulled, yeah, this had, for a split second there, I had the information from last one, which was, what did it say, 118 and like 110? I knew I got really bad RNG before. Now, this looks better as far as the split on Decaying and Synth, since Decaying has a higher weighting. This actually looks proper. Potentially still unlucky, or maybe lucky, I don't know. Yeah, so we take 140 minus 32.5, 107.5. That's 107, or 1 point, about 1.1 div per map. It took me 2 hours and 12 minutes. So that's 32 divided by 2. Or what one? 2.2. $48, about 49 div an hour. Is what I made there. With no real outlier. What is going on with the price of Divination Scarab Cloister, dude? 35C each? What the heck? What in the world? I didn't like have an amazing map with those. Those just drop randomly here and there. You know, 1 every 3 maps. Pretty common Scarab. I got really bad RNG on Beyond bosses. There's nothing like I got no Baitit's gem. I got no Ancestral Call, Greater Ancestral Call. Obviously got no belt. Unique belt, which is a jackpot drop. Only got what, 1 tainted Exalt. Did the Strat Abomination teams summon Beyond boss often in the boss room? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you do get a big Beyond spawn when you kill a unique enemy, so that kind of makes sense. Perhaps you get a bunch of Beyond on killing the Doidre pillars too. Actually, that might be what it is. That combination, because that would be a total of, God, how many unique? 7 unique enemies in the boss room. I don't think you can drop clusters and deli orbs off them though. I actually want to do this on Sanctuary though right now. I'm gonna do the same thing on Sanctuary.